Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to lesson 2 of the module. This is on hyper building your offer. So, first I want to start with the mindset piece. We have to go from seeing our product or service as just that, a product or service. We need to be able to change it into something completely different. To give you a short story. I'm in a network marketing company. We've been in those, and hopefully, some of you guys are, I'm assuming. And you are in competition with 50, 70,000, 100,000 other entrepreneurs selling the same product. You're all trying to push the same product. So what is the advantage for anybody to buy you over somebody else? That's the mindset we have to start thinking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a way to separate yourself entirely from the pack. This is probably one of my favorite lessons in the entire course because we're going to go really deep. All right, so let's get started. So what actually happens is if everyone is selling the same thing, it almost becomes like a race to the bottom. And whenever you're racing to the bottom to be the lowest cost, it drives the entire value of whatever industry you're in or whatever product your industry is. It starts driving the value down because you can't be the second cheapest, so really truly you only have two options. You're either the most expensive or the cheapest. There's no in between when you're selling a single product. But when you become a commodity, which is what I'm going to teach you how to do, you can deliver a massive amount of value and actually increase sales and separate yourself and be the most expensive. So first, let's start by doing this. If you did not do lesson 1, you need to go back, find your 5 key players and your competitors, make sure you check to see what they're doing, their offers. There's that entire step. If you did not do that, you need to pause the video right now and go back and do that. So when you did go and find those 5 key players, you saw a couple things that started to make sense, right? They all had several different pieces to an offer. And the key to your success that I know works, and you're seeing it work for other people, is to find those products that we need to create, those assets that are a piece of your offer. And secondly, we have to do it fast. Just like what we said in the intro video and all that, if this process were to take a month, 2 months, 3 months, what's going to end up happening is you're going to procrastinate, you're going to lose momentum, and this is going to fail. That means we have to do this fast, and we have several techniques that are going to help you do that. All right, so we're going to start with just a simple demonstration of what this looks like, okay? So let's just say we're trying to sell this Amazon Fire, this tablet. All right, and let's say there's 70,000 people that are all trying to sell this Amazon tablet. All right, and let's say that tablet's worth $99. So we have a $99 tablet, and we've got, thousands and thousands of people trying to sell that one tablet. So what can we do to make this tablet different than everything else out there? Well, instead of dropping cost to try to be the lowest to get it to sell, what if I told you that this tablet has 100 ebooks? Okay. Let's just say we paid $10 for each, so let's just value that at $1,000. All right. And then also what this has is we also have an unlimited, let's say, Spotify account on here. Okay. So I had a special where I had Spotify for the entire year, and now it actually has the entire Spotify list, which is just free music for everybody. And let's just say it's a full year worth of Spotify, and let's value that at $120. Okay, and then also I have a lot of different trainings on here. I've got several Tony Robbins. I've got some of Russell's stuff. I've also got David's for Amazon. I've got all of these trainings that are worth thousands. Okay. So I have thousands of dollars worth of trainings. I would actually say I've got about $3,000 worth of trainings on there. Okay. So now I got $3,000 worth of trainings, and I also have an entire ad training. Okay. That's worth $1,000. All right. And then also I have an 8-figure mastermind class on there, which is a bunch of interviews from 8-figure earners, and that's all on there as well. And pay $300 for that. Okay. So now when I'm looking at this, what have we done? Now I could probably sell this to a lot of you. If you're an entrepreneur, if you have the right niche and you're in your market, the markets we talked about, all right, and this relates to that market, the right person is going to see this, and then all I have to do is put some scarcity on it. I only have one of these. Okay? First come, first serve. Scarcity. Now, do you believe that if I'm the one that has this, and I'm trying to sell this for, let's say, $1,000, not only do you feel now, most likely, at least I would, that this is worth $1,000. I went from a $99 tablet that everybody else is selling to a $1,000 tablet that this is worth just by increasing the value. So it boils down to this. Simply by increasing the value, the $1,000 seems less expensive. And why would I go buy something from somebody else for $99 when I can get this with that much value packed into it? All right. So you can start to raise costs of your products simply by increasing the value that's backed behind. So what type of assets can we create? Let's take a look. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the assets and the products that we can actually create to increase that value and increase the cost and increase what everybody sees when they take a look at what your product is, okay? So first thing we're going to do is take a look at here's your product or service. Now, a lot of people say, well, no, mine doesn't fit into this. There's no way I can do that. I'm telling you, there's a way to do this for every single business type, every single model. There is a way to do this with everything across the board. All right, so let's take a look at the first one here. So there's going to be 4, and I'm just going to name this one Other, because there are some weird ones out there that you probably came across. All right. The first one is actually going to be video and voice. So video and voice. So you're talking about podcasts. We're going to be talking about several different video and voices that we can do. All right. And the second one's going to be pen and paper or written words. Pen and paper. We're going to have several under here. All right. We've got our Other. And we'll get into that. And then we also have physical products that we can do. Okay? We got your physical products. Okay? So, we have your service, and as you started to get in, like with the Fit to Fat, you had the one that I showed you, there were grocery lists, there were all sorts of different things like that. So first we're going to start with the written, because it is absolutely the easiest one to do, and there's a lot out there. All right. So we're going to be talking about books, ebooks, PLRs, and we'll get into that. And then also the public domain. And then we also have like an asset revamp. So the first one, let's get into books first, all right? So when you go, let's take a look, and I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to explain the different ways that you can go in to fill in these types of blanks when it comes to the written word. All right, one of the best sites to go to is going to be Gutenberg.org. And keep in mind that anything that's before 1923, which there's a ton of things in here, in any type of niche, you can actually find and actually republish and put it out into the market as yours. There are people, Think and Grow Rich is one of the best, when it comes to entrepreneurs, one of the best books of all time. You have to read it. If you haven't, you have to make sure to check it out. But there are people in that I know that have actually taken that book and created offers out of that book, reworded it, niched it, and made workshops and have done six figures just doing those Napoleon Think and Grow Rich type workshops based off of the book and all of that. And that is absolutely insane to me that you can actually find things just like that right here in the back. So let's say you're a health expert or something. You can actually go back and take a look at, like, let's say fasting. So here's one, a tale. Let me see. Stories of inventors fighting for peace. Let's do dieting. Dieting, diet and health with keys to calories. Look at these guys. You can take these books. Facts about food and their medicinal use. Food in wartime. The ethics of diet. I mean, it's crazy. And you can actually take these, republish them, and have them a part of your actual offer. Now, another thing that you can actually do is licensing. So licensing is where you take something that someone has done and they actually give you the license to be able to rebrand it and do everything that you want it to fit your niche, and then sell it on it with your stuff as one of your program and one of your assets that's behind that. So let's take a look at the best one to do is going to be ClickBank. And when you go into ClickBank here, you don't want to do the top selling products. All right. One of the reasons why is because the licensing on those is going to be pretty expensive. But if you go in and you're not wanting to do an entire book and write a book or hire a ghostwriter from the funnel Rolodex or anything like that, this is filled with people that have done all the work for you, but they just either weren't talented at marketing or weren't talented with advertising and they couldn't sell it. So they put it up on here, and you can reach out to these people and say, hey, I would like to offer you $100 for the licensing. So now we're back here at ClickBank, and I'm in health and fitness. I just chose kind of a niche, and let's just say I'm trying to do like keto or something of that nature. You can go back into the diet, find the keto section, and you don't want to go with the first couple. You want to go to like near the back end of it. So I would go probably to like page 5, 6, something like that. And what you'll want to do is these are the people that aren't selling the majority of their projects that they've actually put together. They took all the time, all the effort, and they're not selling it. And when you go into them, there's going to be an email where you can contact those people, and you can say, hey, I would like to license this and use this, and I'd like to offer you $200 for it or $100 for it. And they'll either say yes or no, and you either move on or keep going. But what you can do is you can take their entire program, repackage it, and actually sell that as one of your offers. And all you had to do was come out of $100 and the cost of your e-covers and all that, which we'll get into it at a later lesson. And you can actually speed up the process of getting that value, and you came out of pocket maybe $100 or something like that. Okay, so that's one way. Now the next way is going to be PLRs. PLRs are amazing. So let's say that, yeah, what is PLR? So here's a PLR. So we'll go to PLR Assassin, any of these type of things that you can go to. When you search a PLR, and basically what it is you can go into your niche, and instead of, let's say I'm an entrepreneur, and my product is some sort of selling info type deal, all right? I can actually go in here and find, here's like extreme persuasion strategies. And this is somebody that did all of the work to come up with strategies that will help you persuade people. All right. And this is actually in, looks like, this is like an Audible type deal. All right. So you can actually give an Audible for persuasion and pay for it $20. All right. So you pay $20. They give you that training and the licensing for that training. You add it to your program as one of your offers, and it increases the value instantly. And all you had to do was just a quick repackage through like Fiverr.com or something like that. And you're able to put that in as something that builds your product or service alongside of it. Does that start to make sense a little bit? All right. All right, so we broke down the pen and paper, the writing, all of the things that you can actually go and read and how to get those. And I hope you guys understand how powerful and how easy that actually is to create these bits and pieces and how inexpensive it really truly is to create value behind just the written form of the pen and paper. All right, so let's switch over to the vivid voice. So vivid voice is any type of, just what it is, videos, voice, that type of thing. So what you have here is like expert interviews, okay? My buddy's really into holistic things, and he's getting into a meditation type field. I showed him this entire process. He came back. He has interviewed 3 or 4 of the top yogis, I think is what you call them, in the country. He's got those, and he's actually creating interviews like that. Or you can actually go over to, let's just say YouTube. All right, let's go to youtube.com, and let's say I'm a yoga guy and I'm trying to just find the best yoga techniques for beginners. Okay, yoga techniques for beginners. So here's some yoga techniques for beginners that you could actually go in, take that link, put them in some PDFs just as like a free giveaway type thing, almost like a vault. Let's put it like that, like a video vault PDF. So the PDF is here. It's got hyperlinks like this is for beginners, this is for intermediate, this is for experts, and these links are linking to some of these videos that are on here. Now, be careful with that because you can't pay for that. That's got to be a free vault. But you're finding hard to find footage. All right, hard to find footage, and people will actually pay you, and keep this in your forefront. People will pay you to find these things, stick them in a package, and deliver them. They will pay you to do this. It takes a little bit of time to do, but if you know what you're looking for, you know your niche, you know your niche and all that, it is extremely easy to find this stuff, okay? So, hard to find things that have been packaged in these video vault type styles are going to be amazing. It's easy to do. It doesn't take any time. Let's say we're doing an entrepreneur thing and we're teaching people how to sell, and we want to rich because we know that over in Gutenberg, we found that we were able to grab that book, give that book to people. And let's just say we wanted to have like some videos. Guys, they even have Napoleon Hill, I think that's Napoleon Hill, audiobook, that type of thing that you can actually link to. You can tie this stuff in, and people will buy it because they see the Think and Grow Rich the different types of written that you've pulled, PLRs, the 20 ways to persuade, the Think and Grow Rich 20 or something of that nature. Do you see, are the gears starting to move a little bit on this? But you can grab these links, put them in a PLR, and it just builds value. All we're trying to do is take things, repurpose them, repackage them so that they can build value, okay? Or you can teach it, kind of similar to what I'm doing right now. So you can also teach it. Now, one of the websites that you absolutely need to write down is ScreenFlow. ScreenFlow. And ScreenFlow is awesome. You can create slides, like slide packs, to if you don't like being on camera and that type of thing. You can actually create slide packs for people that that they can view and just read. You can still give the information, or you can repurpose it, format it, and learn something, reformat it in your own words, and then reteach it to people. That's kind of similar to what I'm doing here. I've paid a lot of money to learn this stuff, but the foundation doesn't change. Success doesn't change. It follows success. So all I'm doing is repurposing, packing it together, and teaching it. All right. And when you do that, the value passes to the person that is looking at your product. And if it's a part of the whole and it makes sense to them, the sale is going to happen. Okay. Is it starting to come together a little bit? Now, you can also do our third thing here, physical product. Okay, a physical product you're going to find on Alibaba, Alibaba.com, Amazon, eBay, that type of thing. Keep in mind, though, the best one is most likely going to be Alibaba because you're going to have to order in bulk. Product here is $97. Okay, 97. Make sure that off the top of that profit, if this workbook or journal or whatever is $2.99 a piece, make sure you're taking that off the back end as well. Okay, so that's the physical portion of it. And then with the other guys, we're going to be looking at maybe like live events. So does this make sense? Are you starting to see why they're doing millions of dollars worth of sale? And other people are selling the exact same products? It's because they've taken pieces from everywhere that are inexpensive, sometimes free. They've repurposed it, repackaged it, and they were able to sell. So this is, if you pull anything from this, this is the one thing I want you to remember from this lesson. You can put any product inside of a different box and people will spend more money for that exact same product. So they will actually buy the same product in a different form and give you more money. All right, give you an example of this. You can purchase Think and Grow Rich, and there's going to be people, the book, they are going to want to read that. They're readers. They love reading. But you can also take that and break it down into the Audible form, and that's going to increase your value of it and give them both. And they will actually pay more, even though they won't read the book. They'll do the Audible, but you're giving them both, which increases the value, which in turn they feel better about giving you that money that's in their pocket. Now, do you feel like this is hard? I know a lot of the times you may be saying, you know, Chris, there's no way that I can do all of this. If you ever get stuck, go back to the funnel Rolodex. Remember, it's not about the how you're going to get it done, it's the who. I want to give you the ways to do it, but you can always take this information, purchase the PLR, pass it on to a copywriter, a ghostwriter, someone of that nature, and have an entire book ghostwritten for you. You tell them, I want 100 pages, and I want it to be on this subject. You send them the PLRs and the articles, and they will write a book for you. That's how ghostwriting works. Now, that can start to be a little bit expensive. You can go from $100 to $1,000, anything like that. So there are some people, ghostwriters, and that cost 10 to 100,000 plus. But what I'm saying is it for simple products that build value on top of which the main thing that you're selling, you can typically get somebody to write you up something pretty inexpensive from a Fiverr.com or like I said, Funnel Rolodex is going to be perfect for you if you just want to skip all the other websites and go right into there. And I will be giving you guys a couple more websites to take a look at as well attached, okay? So what it boils down to, guys, is that you're going to dictate the value of your product. You're going to dictate the value. And what you have to offer and all the work and time that it takes to gather all this information is going to be worth something. And when it's in its different forms, it's going to be worth more to some people when it's in those forms. So don't hesitate to take your assets and change the forms of them. And I want to prove that to you real quick, okay? So let's take a look. This is one of my favorite quotes. A bar of iron costs $5. Made into horseshoes, it's worth 12. Okay? Made into needles, it's worth 3,500. Made into balance springs for watches, it's worth $300,000. Your own value is determined by what you're able to make of yourself or your product or your service. All right? All right, guys. So now that you kind of get the gist of what we are doing here to hyperdrive your offer creation, I wanted to do something fun and just do one for you just so that you can see how it operates in the real world. And I've been excited to do this. So let's just start with our product. Our product is actually going to be a hunting knife. All right. So here is a hunting knife. And man, that's a really bad hunting knife. Sorry. And this hunting knife is going to be, let's say, 20 bucks. All right, we can get that hunting knife for $20. There's 100,000 people that are selling that hunting knife. All right. So the first thing I want to do is let's go ahead and shrink me down here and jump onto my computer. The first thing I want to do is just go and let's go to, let's just start to look around, okay? Gutenberg.org. And let's find us a book about hunting, or even see if there's anything before 1923 about hunting. Hunting books. We start looking in here. King Solomon's Mines, don't know what that's about. But let's say we found a book in here on, an older book on, Hunting in Many Lands, the book of Boone and Crockett Club. I bet that's a hunting book right there, all right? So let's go ahead and snatch up that hunting book, and we're going to put that hunting book up here. That's in our written. So we've got a hunting book, all right? Then we're going to go, let's go find us a PLR. We'll open up, let's go to plrs.com. Let's just look in here real quick, and we're going to go to PLR ebooks. PLR books on hunting. So let's take a look at what we've got here. And let's go to hunting PLR exclusive niche or niche. And this one is awesome. Take a look at this, guys. We're going to buy this product for $5.95. And it comes with all of these articles with the following word count. These are 560 word articles, guys. And it comes with all of these, the adventure of an African hunting safari. So we're actually going to create an entire series as one of our offers for this that goes with it. So it's going to look cool. It's going to have an ebook cover with all the different things, and they're going to get all of these. And you're only going to pay $5.99 on it. So let's go ahead and put that down. So we've got all of our hunting articles. That is going to be worth, who knows how much time people put into these. So these are your PLRs here. And that's going to be worth, let's say, $97. We'll just put $97 on that. And then our hunting book's going to be worth, let's just say $27 on that as a value. And then also, let's go take a look and see what we could do with maybe like a video vault. So we'll go to youtube.com and we're going to find the top hunting for beginners. So we'll go to hunting for beginners and we're going to go here. And then we're just going to go and find a series of hunting, basically videos that kind of describe how to hunt, that type of thing. And we're going to put them all in this PDF that's going to have links to them. And you're going to give those to people. And that's going to be just a free value for people as well. So we've got our hunting vault, hunting video vault. Or you could also do, let's say we do interviews from the top hunters in the country, and we pull those interviews and we stick them in this vault here, okay? So now we're starting to build some momentum here. And then let's go over to like Alibaba and let's find us like a leather knife holster. And I found one here. It's $3 a piece. You order a big bulk, and obviously the more you order, the less the price goes. If you want to start for like, start at 100, and as these start to sell, you obviously need to go and get more and more and more, and that's going to match here. So we're going to go leather holster. Okay, and let's value that at whatever, $19, whatever you think the value of it is. Okay. And then also we're going to create a community, because one of the key things about any of these, when we were talking about the different markets, people love to be a part of their community. And different niches that you guys are in are going to have their communities. Like if I don't like hunting, it doesn't matter how much value I have over here. I'm not wanting to be a part of that. I don't need a hunting knife. I don't hunt. But if you're going to a hunter and you say, man, I'm hooking you up with this hunting book, this entire vault of PDFs on how to hunt boars in Africa, all of this, hunting video vaults from some of the biggest experts on the planet. We've got 20 different expert secret hunting secrets. We've got a leather holster that comes with the actual knife itself. We have the knife valued at the $20. Okay. And then we also have a private Facebook group. So you're asking a hunter that sees all this to come be a part of something private, a community that loves to talk about hunting. That is something of value because people want to be a part of a group. That is a basics of advertising. It's a basics of marketing, that you want people to be a part of your group. All right. So you give them a free Facebook page, and you go and create a Facebook hunting group there. So they got their Facebook private group that they can talk and share and do all of that. And you invite them to that. Now, that's pulling from all four of the different angles. All right, I've got some video, I've got some written, I've got even a physical in there. Now I have this entire list, and I want to sell that $20 knife for $97. I've got those for 20. I've got the $3 for the thing. It's 23. I'm selling it for 97. I do a little bit of hyperactive offer building on the back end to get all of this in a week span, 2 week span, whatever. And now, am I able to sell that for $97? That is how you do it, guys. This value starts to build, and there is a point where there is so much value that a person cannot, if they fall into your group, they can't not buy. It's too much value. They see too much value. You're overwhelming them with value. So when they see the 97, they go, that's nothing. I'm buying that. That's in my niche. They're speaking right to me. They're giving me a ton of value. And they went out and found all the hard stuff and put it all together. And yes, and I get the knife and the leather thing, and you have helped the customer. You've given them extra value. They are happy. You're happy because you've made more money. And that is the only way to win in this day and age. I'll share a quick story with you, and then we'll get on to the next lesson. Because I want to figure out exactly what your offer is. I joined a network marketing company. I didn't want to do network marketing anymore. We're moving into what we're doing now with the information and everything. But I joined it because it fit what I do physically. And it's a product. And instead of going in and doing what everyone else is doing and selling that one product to everybody, I went in and created an offer. All right. And that's why my value is more than other people's. When they see my link and they say, look at all these bonuses, why in the world would they go to anybody else? And you can do that right now in your business. Let's say you're a chiropractor. Give away that free 30-minute massage along with your initial. Give away better ways to the 20 better ways to straighten your back. Give that stuff away. Build it. Build the value ladder. Walk them up as you piece together what it's going to do for them. And then when you go to ask for the money, it's a no-brainer. Every single product right now that you have, I don't care what it is, has an offer that if you do it correctly, people will buy almost every time. All right? So it's finding that can be the trick sometimes. So sometimes if something is still not working, you have to add more value to that in order to tip that scale. And then you'll actually see, I started with a couple products, added an additional one, and as soon as I added that, a sale or two every single day, even new teammates come on, and it is one of those things that, and it's all done on automation. That's what we're getting into now. And I want every one of you guys to have that type of lifestyle where you're getting sales and new recruits and new people into your brick and mortars every single day. All right. So take this lesson. Your homework tonight is to take just is any type of average product or anything like that, not your actual product, but I want you to sell that product. I want you to practice creating an offer for an imaginary product. Sell it to your friends, your family, somebody, tell them right out the gate, look, I don't want to actually sell this to you, but would you buy this if it had this attached? All right. And then you play off that, and we will start getting to your guys' offer on the next training. All right. Have a great day. I'll see you guys soon.